There is a place on Earth where sunlight dies slowly. Not all at once. Not like a switch going off. It fades in layers, blue first, then grey, then black, until the world above becomes nothing more than a memory. Down here, there are no trees. No birds. No seasons in the way we understand them. The pressure presses from every direction. The cold never lifts, and food can fall for miles before anything living touches it. And yet, something moves. A shape drifts out of the darkness. Too thin to seem alive. Too wide in the mouth. Too still in the eyes. It does not look built for Earth. It looks like a mistake that survived. But the deeper we go, the clearer it becomes. The deep ocean does not make creatures wrong. It makes them honest. It strips life down to what works. And what works down here can look terrifying. At first, the descent feels peaceful. The surface disappears above us, silver and broken. The sunlight still reaches down, but it has changed. It no longer warms. It no longer reveals. It becomes a thin blue haze, like moonlight passing through glass. This is where the rules begin to bend. In the upper ocean, color matters. Shape matters. Speed matters. But as light fades, vision becomes unreliable. A creature can be right in front of you and still vanish, not because it is invisible, but because the world has stopped giving your eyes enough information. So life adapts. Some animals grow enormous eyes, trying to catch the last crumbs of light. Others become glass-like, their bodies almost transparent, as if they are refusing to cast a shadow. Some turn red, not because red is bright down here, but because red light disappears quickly in water. In the deep, red can become a kind of black. It feels unnatural. A fish with a clear skull. A shrimp with a body like wet crystal. A creature that survives by being almost nothing at all. But this raises a larger question. When the world becomes dark, does life become stranger because it is hiding from predators, or because predators are also becoming stranger in order to find it? Scientists still don't know all the ways animals read this dim world. Some may see patterns we cannot. Some may sense movement through pressure, vibration, or chemistry. Down here, seeing is only one version of knowing. And as we descend, even that begins to disappear. Past the twilight, the ocean stops pretending. There is no daylight now. No sunrise waiting above the horizon. No plants growing quietly in the background. Below this point, the sun no longer feeds the world directly. That one fact changes everything. On land, life is loud because energy is everywhere. Leaves drink sunlight. Grass feeds insects. Insects feed birds. The whole planet seems to run on brightness. But in the deep ocean, food is rare. Most meals arrive from above as marine snow, tiny scraps of dead plankton, waste, and fragments of bodies drifting downward through the dark. It is not a feast. It is a slow fall of leftovers. So animals become patient. Their bodies stretch. Their jaws widen. Their stomachs expand like living bags. A gulper eel can open its mouth so wide it seems less like a hunter and more like a trap with a tail. A deep ocean fish may wait for days, even weeks, for a meal worth the energy of movement. This is why so many creatures down here look unfinished or exaggerated. Huge mouths. Needle teeth. Loose skin. Thin muscles. These are not horror designs. They are budgets. Every part of the body has a cost. If food is rare, you do not waste energy looking graceful. You build only what hunger demands. But what we've discovered only deepens the mystery. How do these animals find each other in so much emptiness? A predator can wait for prey, but a species must also find mates. In a world where bodies are scattered across miles of black water, survival is not only about eating. It is about being found at the right moment by the right creature. And that is where the ocean begins to glow. At first, the lights are almost gentle. A pulse in the distance. A blue spark beneath a drifting body. A flash that appears, then vanishes before the mind can decide whether it was real. Bioluminescence is living light. Not fire. Not electricity. A chemical reaction inside a body, often glowing blue or green because those colors travel well through seawater. To us, it looks magical. To life down here, it is language. Some animals use light to hunt. The anglerfish carries a glowing lure in front of its mouth, a tiny lantern that turns curiosity into death. Some use light to disappear, glowing from below so their bodies blend with the faint light above. Others flash when attacked, confusing predators long enough to escape. In the deep ocean, darkness is not empty. It is full of signals. But here is the unsettling part. Scientists still don't know the full meaning of many of these lights. A flash may be a warning, a lure, a mating call, a panic response, a lie. We are watching a language we barely speak. And some creatures do not make the light alone. In certain anglerfish, the glow comes from bacteria living with them, tiny partners sealed into the machinery of survival. One creature carries another creature, and together they become a trap. This raises a larger question. If the deep ocean is filled with messages we cannot understand, how much behavior have we mistaken for strangeness simply because we do not know what is being said? The deeper we go, the less these animals seem like monsters. They start to feel like residents of a world we entered without learning the rules. Now the descent becomes physical. Above us, the weight of the ocean gathers. Every meter adds more water, more force, more silence. At these depths, pressure is not something that pushes from one side. It comes from everywhere. A human body cannot simply visit this place unprotected. Machines must be built like small fortresses. Windows must be thick. Metal must be tested. Every seal matters. And yet, many animals here look fragile. They drift like tissue. They pulse like ghosts. Their bodies seem too soft for a world that could crush us instantly. This is one of the great illusions of the deep. The pressure does not crush them because they are not built around empty spaces the way we are. Many deep ocean animals are mostly water, and water does not compress easily. Their softness is not weakness. It is compatibility. A gelatinous body does not fight the ocean. It agrees with it. This is why so much life down here appears formless to us. Jelly animals, sipharnophores, translucent hunters with long trailing threads. Some are not even single creatures in the way we expect. A sipharnophore can be a colony, many specialized bodies living together as one drifting animal. A creature like that feels wrong because it challenges a basic idea. Where does one animal end? Scientists still don't know how many fragile deep ocean species remain unseen, partly because they are so difficult to bring to the surface intact. Some collapse when removed from pressure. Some tear apart in nets. Some can only be understood in place, in darkness, through the eye of a robot. What we know may be shaped by what survives our attempt to study it. And that should make us careful. Eventually, the open water gives way to the seafloor. It is not the flat desert we once imagined. It has mountains, canyons, plains, vents, cliffs, and trenches. It is a hidden geography larger than all the landscapes we know above sea level.